welcome to another episode of Peep This. We're your hosts. I'm Corey Ellums, the beautiful Lorraine Ellums.
Hey, y'all.
And we have a special guest tonight.
Special guest.
The one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend,
My Diddy.
a.k.a. Peach's daddy, Mr. Rodney Goodman. Give it up for Mr. Rodney Goodman.
How y'all doing today?
All righty. Before we get started, I want to apologize. Last week, I didn't get to what we were drinking. So we're going to start tonight with the man of the hour. What are you drinking tonight?
I'm light. I got some Ciroc mixed with Ciroc mango mixed with some mango juice.
Baby, what you drinking?
I have some Willet.
Okay. Going top shelf tonight, huh?
It is so good and tasty.
All right. I'm drinking Duke bourbon straight out of Kentucky.
Okay.
All righty. So tonight, we're going to get into coaching your own kid. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? So we got two people here that experience it. We got a coach, we got the athlete, and they can kind of tell their story. My opinion on it is, I think you can coach your kid under two conditions. Number one, you know what you're doing.
Yes.
And then number two, the kid responds. But I'm gonna let y'all take this show.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. I think it's a real good idea if you know what you're doing, and you don't have to know everything, but it helps if you do know something about the sport, and you know your kid, and if it grows, you're growing together, and when your kid accomplishes what they set out to do, it just brings a bond closer as a parent and as a coach. So it can be a beautiful thing. I don't think it can ever be a bad thing, long as the coach and the parent is open to some ideals from somebody that know what they're doing.
That's word. I agree. So, a little backstory. My dad coached me from the time that I started running track. I ran a little bit of summer track, but then really got serious my sophomore year in high school.
Okay.
And so my dad coached me and brought me up until I graduated, which in turn I was able to get scholarship offers. But one thing that my dad didn't do was he always said, look, this is what I know. I know the fundamentals. And he beat the hell over my head with those fundamentals.
Yep.
And that's really what laid my foundation.
Yeah.
And when I got to college, he said, here you go. This is as far as I can take you, and you got it.
And he took you pretty far, though. If he takes you all the way to college, that's taking you really, really far.
Right.
What are some of the challenges that y'all faced? Father, son, coach, athlete. How'd you separate them?
I would say some of the challenges is trying to separate parent from coaching. I mean, whether it be bad race or someone getting in the middle of it, and you feel like they really don't know what they're doing. It can be some small challenges, but challenges come in any means of it, So I still say overall, it can be a real good experience.
Okay.
And I trusted my dad. So that's the biggest thing for me. And I carry that with any kid. If you can trust me and you trust the process, then it can be a beautiful relationship. And it's always better, of course, when it's your parent. And I absolutely trust my dad. I didn't always like what he told me to do.
Right.
Made me throw up, and then I had to get right back on the line, and I had to make my times. But ultimately, it made me a better person, better athlete all the way around.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we coach our own kids. So we have some of those challenges and the growing pains. I can speak for myself. I know sometimes I might be harder on my son than I should be, just because you see the potential in them, and you're like, I'm just trying to bring it out. But it's a fine line between bringing out the potential and going overboard and being
trying to reach
at
your
all costs.
desires.
Yeah, trying not to live vicariously through your kid.
Right.
Absolutely. And admitting, you don't always know everything. And a true respect and understanding with coaches, they understand each other. If you can put the egos to the side and say, hey, bounce the ideas off of them, just because it's in the best interest of the kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you say the lesson of the day is then, as far as coaching your kid?
I would say go for it. But really be open to, ideals, other coaches' opinions, and just like I said, try not to put you in that position. This is your kid. This is your kid's life. This is your kid's chance to be whatever they can be. Don't try to live through your kid.
That's word.
Well, you heard it here first from the man. Listen to him. He got somebody to Division I college, so he know what he's talking about. But remember, we always talk about it in life. You can tell yourself you can do something, or you can tell yourself that you can't do something. But either way, you're going to be right. Until next week, peace.
Yep.